medical wise, I still had an appointment. I had an appointment with for the blood draw with my nephrologist. My potassium levels have been in range for 2 weeks in a row and going lower, so they're trending well. But I still got to go tomorrow for another damn. I'm getting used to being a human pincushion, so
Oh.
I guess that's a good thing or a bad thing. Or I am somebody, by the way, who when I was younger, and when I say younger, into my 20s, had a huge phobia of needles.
Me too.
No, so bad that when I was, I don't know, probably six, and my sister was a toddler, and they wanted to give me my shot at Dr. Fendero's office. My mother and my grandmother were in the examination room with my sister, and my sister, I'm screaming like, "No shot!" And they put my sister down. Well, she crawled, wrapped herself around the doctor's legs, I should say one leg, and bit. And he said, "Will somebody please get this animal off me?"
Oh my god.
So, uh,
No, I used to fight though. I used to like pull ties. I'd be like, no, no, and I would try and run away. And then like, they would try to like threaten, well, I'll give you the shot here, like in your leg or like wherever
right.
it wasn't supposed to go. Yeah. And then sometimes I'd be like, sometimes I'd like make it pretty far, like out.
I don't know, Don. Am I on the wrong side of the screen? I don't know if there's a. I guess I could. Is does that look more? I guess that looks more right. Yeah, I should have made with the camera, so it looks like we actually, if people were sitting, we're on the proper side. Otherwise, our room
Oh,
looks like
from their view.
from their view. Yes, Don.
Got it.
Restream. We're working on the restream,
Mm.
which actually gives you a countdown before you go live, which
I
is
think he knows he's using
yeah,
that, right?
yeah. I was mentioning to other people, which is
Ah,
spot on awesome. Yeah, don't have to guess.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and that way our TV showing some of our YouTube channels can show up yeah, now it
And
looks
give us
normal.
away.
Yeah, so wait, what do you guys watch? Wait, that's that Irish chick.
Cash
And is that Cash Jordan? Oh no,
Jordan is so great.
it's Nick Johnson.
I
Yeah,
think everybody watches Nick Johnson no matter what. Well, maybe not.
yeah.
I don't know.
But no, I'm enjoying Restream. And listen, I've only got a week and a half left of my StreamYard, so I better be learning the alternatives in time. And Streamlabs, I do have a subscription for that. That's a little bit more. I don't want to say wonky, but a little bit more complicated because it has a lot more options. Oh my God, there is a winter tavern that can actually be animated behind you, and I think it maybe even impose some of the snow on the screen
Oh,
in front of
that's
you.
really cute.
So I want to get to learn how to use all that stuff, but this way I can learn at my own pace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm occasionally a slow learner, but yeah, I think last week medical wise we were pretty low on
Yeah, I didn't have any appointments.
yeah, and I had to make sure I planned out in my head how I was going to take my potassium meds, the ones I got put into 3 ounces of water and stir and gulp down. Uh, Timing was fine on Friday. Saturday it only worked because we wound up staying up later than we planned, and I was like, oh, I guess I could take this now. It has been 3 hours since I took my meds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But again, that medicine seems to be working. But yes, Don says he really likes Restream. Yeah, I think for what you
Looks really
get,
nice.
yeah, for what you get, I think it's awesome. Who caught COVID this time? Um,
Too soon to tell, I
Too soon to tell.
think.
Tom was losing his voice, but by Saturday evening,
His
uh,
voice was totally shot.
his voice was totally shot. Now, I will say that whatchamacallit, Ron Meissner, who was at the con, just is the one sending me a PM right now. Not blowing you up, Ron. Just it was a great time seeing you too. I just saw the one sentence, the top line, but
Was that the fellow wearing the red and black?
oh, he's the one that runs Page. So he was the
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I misunderstood.
yeah. So the VFW is the only thing they lack is accommodations because otherwise it is the perfect place to be. Yes, losing your voice is tip. I was losing my voice, Mike, because I did something that I don't normally do, but we'll get to that in a wee bit. But I want to say the VFW were very nice hosts. The food was reasonably priced for those that are imbibers of adult beverages. Bottled beer was $4 a bottle. I was like, water was depending on who your bartender was. It was $1 or $1.50. I think it was $1 if you were buying alcohol and $1.50 if you want.
Okay.
Yes. Mike, we all lose our voices about Saturday afternoon.
No.
Yes. Hopefully, we will be there next year. Well, all right. So, Mike, I'm going to make a suggestion. If you are going to be there next year, when I figure out where Rach and I are staying, you and your lovely wife want to stay with us. So then, if somebody over partakes, we only have one car to bring back.
Oh,
But
you mean for like a B&B or
for B&B, yeah, but you don't wait till
Airbnb or whatever.
right, or getting a bread and breakfast. We had a bread and breakfast at the Locust Tree.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it a 4.5 stars out of 5. I'd only take off half a star because the shower pressure kind of sucked.
Oh, okay.
But that being said,
Yeah.
I'm not there for the showers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm there for a comfortable bed. The bed was comfortable. I slept well in it. Didn't make any weird noises when I sat my ass in it, so it wasn't like and our hostess made some great breakfast.
Yes.
It was very, very nice. So it's a great accommodation.
And they had a rooster there. It was so cute.
Airbnb, bed and breakfast. Yeah, there's no hotels nearby either. No.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty desolate up there.
last year we did an Airbnb in town with 2 bedrooms, and we shared it with Tom and Tammy. This year we did the Locust Tree, which is a bed and breakfast. Breakfast served between the hours of 7 and 9:30, or was it 8 and 9:30? I forget.
8 and 9:30.
8 and 9:30. So, she's not an exceptionally early riser, which is good because neither am I.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid it's gonna be breakfast between 6 and
we
8.
were usually like close to being last.
Yeah.
There was another couple that came down. They came down in their bedclothes.
Yeah. It's like
they're like, oh man, we better get in on this breakfast.
Yep. Don, the convention pics looked like it was a nice time. It was.
Yeah.
So now we found a little history about this VFW because Joe the lawyer's brother came up for the day on Saturday and wound up talking to some of the VFW people that were around as they were building the fire pit up. They had a live band on Saturday outdoors, by the way.
Yeah, they were great.
Amazing stuff. So apparently the colonel, who is the main guy behind the VFW, changed this VFW from one that was dying to one that is extremely lively.
This guy really built a community around this hall.
So the VFW,
as it should be.
The VFW does not require you to be military. Just you could be military or local, and if you're local, you are invited. The bar stays open as long as there are people drinking.
It was really nice. They had like an outdoor bar, and then a small indoor bar.
Yep.
And then they had, as he said, the fire pit, and they had
a little food grill, which made food to order. So when you ordered a burger, it took 6 or 7 minutes. The burgers were awesome. The cheesesteak was very good. Rach had their grilled chicken Caesar wrap and a chicken sandwich.
Yep.
just very, very good food. The
Mm-hmm.
prices were reasonable. I'm sure they were a lot more reasonable before COVID and
Yeah.
inflation, but generally speaking, again, $4 bottle of beers. Tap was 7. That was an Oktoberfest. It was really good. I don't normally drink much beer, but I drank my beer, and it was good. So I ran a game on Friday, and I play tested a new mechanic, and the new mechanic actually worked very well. The only comments I got was once per encounter might be a bit too much, and I was like, well, it's a convention game, but that way, yeah, if you're playing in a campaign, maybe once per level per day. But I encouraged my players to think heroically and out of the box.
And they
And
did, and that was nice to see.
yeah,
Like,
we had some great scenes.
broke the ice fast.
Yeah, when somebody wanted to do the Legolas deal of sliding down staircases on top of somebody's shield,
Oh yeah.
and had to borrow somebody's shield to do it. I was like, at first I'm like, oh, it's ridiculous. I went, well, you know what? It was in one of the Lord of the Rings movies, so as ridiculous as it may be, let's let it play out. And it played out well.
Aw, it
It
was
really,
cute.
it played out fun, and that's what you're supposed to have, right? It's fun.
Yeah.
And then Saturday morning we played in
A
uh,
shadow dark.
with Ian McCartney.
Yes.
Now all right, so now one of the drawbacks of the VFW is, okay, there's 2 floors, and the top floor is where most of the gaming was going on. And the bottom floor had a little like 2
Gaming and vending.
vending, but the vending wasn't getting much attention. It was kind of like when we had at North Texas the main vending hall, and then the children's vending hall, the table on the side during the holidays that everybody ignores. Um, so there was a little suffering down there. I would think that what they might want to do for next year. I'm talking out of my ass. It was a great con. But a couple of people did mention that putting sound dividers right down the middle of the main room would have cut down on the convention noise, right?
Yeah.
And that there should have been a designated walkway through the room. The way most of the tables were round, some of them were square, and they weren't laid out. And people move them around anyway. But
Oh yeah.
there should have been like maybe along one of the walls like a designated passageway, because when you're trying to get through tables to get from the registration desk to the bar, it was sometimes a bit of a mission to do so. But everybody was really uh, fun to be with. I mean, everybody we played with, we played
Yeah.
in that, and then last night we played
Oh yeah, we played
in Bob Good Enough.
Bob Goodenough.
Good enough. He's good enough.
Well, he does say good enough.
Yeah.
I'm good enough.
Bob's paranoia game,
So this
which
is
he gave away tchotchkes.
Yes. So we got our bag, which
Okay.
contains our dice.
So
I'll take out the dice.
Yes. Now I found out after the game that some of the computer dice, he uses standard D6.
Yeah, he told us this after. Yeah.
He goes, you were rolling the computer and the computer dice quite frequently, and I'm going to.
So D6s.
And the computer dice, which has, for the D6, it has the computer. But the computer comes up, it's a success, but there's a complication. And I was rolling, you only roll one of these usually, sometimes 2, because I was screwing with people because of my ability. And this came up an awful lot for me. He goes,
You mentioned it was a paranoia game, right?
Yeah. He goes, they kind of, some of these were weighted.
Yeah.
And some of them were weighted more than others. And this was
He's going to get it weight to 90% too.
Oh my God.
And then our laser. Wait.
You got to push it forward.
I know. It's not working. Okay. There it is. It's all lit up.
Oh, actually, hold on, Rich. If you get the right angle, you actually get a laser beam. Hold on. Oh, you had a laser beam going. Oh, well. Can't repeat that, I guess. Maybe we had a little dirt in the air. Oh, there it is. You got it right there. At the right angle. You're getting a little laser down there, darling. You're getting a little laser.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you'll shoot your eye out.
Okay, and then
The piece de resistance.
yes, the happy pills,
Yeah, everybody got happy pills.
which are what's it?
I don't know. I didn't have any happy pills.
What do you call it? The candy with the chocolate inside. It's not M&Ms. It's
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they're called. I kind of have to have
chocolate balls with candy coating.
but not M&Ms.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of this.
Oh, so Bob also brought for people to snack on Oreo cookies,
Oh my god!
but they weren't regular Oreo cookies. They were Coca-Cola branded Oreo cookies.
And so, not only like they were Coca-Cola flavored, so like when you took it out of the we eat Oreos.
You got twisted.
Yeah. So when you took the Oreo out, you could smell like a cherry Coke kind of smell, and then like when you have the icing from the inside, it had Pop Rocks in it, and I didn't realize that. And then because he's like, oh yeah, there's Pop Rocks in the center, so I like go to swallow my first bite, and my you hear pop pop pop.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was cute.
So there were a lot of there were a number of vendors. Jeff Talanian, Hyperborea, had his stuff with Ian McGartney, and oh god, the I can picture the game, the Wasteland one. Oh god, the crazy, not Gamma World, but damn well Gamma World, Gamma World on LSD. And why can't I remember the name? I have it. Neon Lords. They were there. I don't know how their business did. We do know that Rob Conley, I think, paid for his room for him and his wife with their
Yeah.
He was quite pleased.
Yeah, his wife, Kellyanne, had made um, some stuff to sell. There were hair sticks, and it looks like this.
A D20.
It's not a pen or a pencil. It's basically a D20 with some Swarovski crystal.
Oh, I didn't even notice the Swarovski crystals there.
And yeah, it's just kind of a fun thing to like put your hair away.
And she drilled it right through the 20.
Yes, all of the dice are like that. And then she had other ones that were more, different.
Not as gamified.
Not as gamified. But yeah,
they were $12 a piece. I think 2 for $20 for the long ones. I remember I wasn't even buying any.
And yeah, they were just so nice. I wore this one yesterday. I did like a half up, and then I, just stuck it through the, used it to put up my hair, half of my hair.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, it looked kind of cool.
So,
and other people enjoyed it too. They enjoyed, they were like, oh yeah, I can use that.
So for the midnight auction, I initially donated the Art and Arcana book. Well, Paul wants to know how long was the Airbnb to the venue? 4 minutes. 4 minutes as per my GPS, and that was probably a half minute of that is probably going up the driveway. It's a long driveway, but yeah, 4 minutes. So I donated the Art and Arcana book, the one that came out a couple of years ago, still in the original shrink because I had 2 copies. I think that got like $35 or $40.
Mm-hmm.
The Ogre Kickstarter box, which I think went for $75. That's a bargain. And as Ray says, that could have been a coffee table. It's not a coffee table book.
They should have included legs that you could screw on.
No, they didn't have a midnight auction. They had silent auctions, Mike. and silent. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, if I said midnight, I'm wrong. They don't have a devil. I meant silent. And then somebody presented me with my long lost copy of
Dungeon Crawl.
That Is All for Dungeon Crawl. So I was like, well, I have a copy of Dungeon Crawl still in a shrink. This is going to go well. And I donated it to the con. But
There weren't really any takers.
there weren't any. Now, the initial starting bid on that was probably high. I didn't sign it.
It was Fitty Bones. Yeah.
You know, if they had said, you know, maybe not free. It's a box game still in shrink where you can have a Luke Gygax card and an Rach Tenkar card that you can have signed. I would have started the bidding about $5 or $10. I think you would have gotten a bite. But all right, Mike. If I said I'm getting old. If I said midnight, I apologize.
No.
Nobody was even there to midnight.
No, it was basically the secret auction that ended at 9:30, and there were
silent.
3 silent auction. I called it secret.
It's secret.
We
Nobody
both don't have
knows
our
about
words
it.
under us. Sorry, but yeah, it was a silent auction. And ended at 9:30.
Yeah,
and then but that was the one that started at 5:30.
right.
Yeah, because
It was the last one.
Yeah.
It was the last one. So at the auction, I snagged Gods of Glorantha. I think the 5th or 6th box for the Avalon Hill RuneQuest 3, which was my first edition of RuneQuest before I found RuneQuest 2 and went, oh my god, this is so much better. But I still, liked the RuneQuest 3 stuff, and I didn't have it. So I said, let me snag it. And I got that for, I think, $10. And then or 15. Oh, no, I got that for 10. For 15, I got Rach a dice bag with opens up.
Yeah, it's like a fleece dice bag.
And it opens up, and it's got other
Several
compartments inside.
pockets.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
To keep your dice separated.
Keep them separated.
If you need to.
And I also picked up, and this is a classic, the Star Trek Enterprise, I guess D, the original Enterprise, deck plans.
Oh, cute.
Now, when they originally came out, their suggested retail was $9.95. I got them for $5. So
good pickup.
Good pickup, man. Good. I
don't know what we'll do with it, but
I don't know, but it's a good. Hey, it's a good pickup. I also was able to continue the tradition of this family, which is to gift or recycle our older electronics. So we did that with Rob. Mm-hmm. Rob got my old MacBook. It's in good hands.
Yeah.
And then Rob gave me a facsimile, an amazing facsimile. It's not the original combat wheel from AD&D 2E, but my God, it looks just like the wheel that I had assembled myself out of the pages of Dragon magazine, and then glued onto a cereal box, and then cut it out, and then spray it with a fabric laminate or something like that, to make it I don't know, more suitable to finger smudges not being stuck on it, which I have not been able to find over the last 2 decades. Somewhere, probably not. Probably got thrown out at some point.
Maybe we'll find it.
Yeah, maybe we'll find it when we clean the computer / RPG room. Well, God only knows. But yeah,
paid storage.
I don't think so. So we had a damn good time, and I played in 2 out of 3 sessions yesterday, and I'm usually a 1 session a day gamer. I'll run one.
That paranoia game was really nice to have at the end.
It was.
I'd never played paranoia before, and it was pretty. It was pretty cool to kind of see like how it worked, and you know how your character is pulled in so many different directions.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, this really does mimic how someone feels when they experience paranoia. Not pleasant, but then
Everybody's out to
it's
get me.
kind of interesting to look at, you know, how things work out in it. Yeah.
Yeah, paranoia played out very well. And with that, we got shirts.
Oh yeah,
So
I was the loyalty officer.
she got her
Mhm.
she got her loyalty officer shirt.
He was two things.
I was
Here's the team leader.
team leader, like with the dogs. I am team leader, but I was also number one troubleshooter. Number one troubleshooter because I was famous. I had fans, so I got two shirts out of it, and may have to. I'm not sure if it's going to be a full retirement or just a semi-retirement of the gaming at the beach shirts. They actually may get retired to the Poconos, so I don't have to take them back and forth. And just
Where do you put them now?
I'll find a place. I
That's
will.
my thing.
Fi-
I'm like, there's
I
no place to put it.
I used to have a dresser. I'll just have to reclaim it.
I don't know. I just bring.
I just bring. I like to leave my sweet. I'd like to leave my
Bring
sweet.
it there, bring it back.
Bring it there. Bring it back. Bring it there. Bring it back. So now Rach has something that's not related to the convention to show.
Yeah, so like a couple of weeks ago, Eric had ordered some things and surprised me with these guys. And
By the way, gentlemen, be careful what you gift because it may actually tamper with your sensibility,
your
your
sanity.
sanity, yeah, your lucidness.
So it comes in this beautiful.
I was like, she'll love this. She does. I picked well. I picked
Yeah.
bad.
In this beautiful box. And what we have in there are these beautiful Baoding balls. Baoding balls are basically Chinese therapy balls. And I think he didn't know what he was buying.
Oh, I knew what I was buying. Hold on a second. Hold on, give me one. I didn't know.
Oh, you knew it was for hand therapy.
I knew it was for hand therapy.
Ah.
I didn't know it did this. So here I am, sitting in this room with Rach, right? I'm watching my YouTube videos, and
I was watching them too and enjoying.
But I hear this constantly. And I'm like, after like 10 minutes,
so,
now I'm up to 20 minutes. I gotta go. Rach, can you please stop? Can you my sanity is suffering.
Yeah, you're moving them around with your all of your fingers.
Okay.
And then you get to a point where the balls don't have to touch anymore, and they just ring constantly.
Yes. Yes, Mike.
You do it counterclockwise, and then
I didn't know
you do drills of like for speed, and it's just it stimulates different acupressure points.
They're indestructible. I've already tried. Yes, Mike. Thank you for correcting.
Yeah, I couldn't hold it on my pant leg there. So yeah, we have different acupressure points on the pads of our fingers, and it helps with like clearing your meridians, and because there's a lot of places where energy crosses at the fingers, so and in the hands. So not to mention the fact that it's really good for carpal tunnel, great for dexterity. And so I do this in both hands. And so, he's um, not been enjoying the fact that they ring. Um, so I ordered some more. I ordered some
I'll
ones
my
that
my
are
my
solid and quiet.
my luck. The balls that come are gonna fucking ring. I'm just saying.
No, they're solid.
Rach, just saying.
Marble can't ring.
Okay. I with my sanity, I might not be able to tell the difference.
Sounds like more of a you thing.
Uh, so I guess we're at the point right now where we will cover the actual topic of the show.
Mhm.
So one of the things I did notice, and I've noticed this ever since COVID, is people wearing masks at conventions. And
Yeah, we often have at least one at our table that would wear
yeah,
a mask.
so this year I only saw one person wearing a mask, and the mask would come and go.
Yeah.
I don't know why, not quite sure, but my understanding of masks are that if you yourself have a respiratory infection, you have a cold, you have something going on with your lungs or your throat or your nasal cavity, wearing a mask will protect others to a large extent because it keeps your projectiles from being projected. But it doesn't do much to protect you from others unless you're wearing an N95 and nobody wears one of those N95s.
Generally not.
So, um, I I appreciate if you're wearing a mask to protect the rest of us. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. But if you are doing it because you think you're protecting yourself, you probably enjoy the con a lot more without wearing that mask. It's not going to. We are, as gamers, we play odds. All right, we understand the odds. What's my saving throw? What's my chance of disarming that trap and not setting it off? We specialize in that. Even if we didn't like math as students, we learned to understand percentages and odds. And yes, if you are sick and you wear a mask, you are probably lowering the chances of those around you from contracting it. You're not eliminating it, but you're lowering it.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is why they still tell you if you have COVID, stay home
Mm.
initially, right? But if you are going to wear a mask to protect yourself from others and it's not an N95 or better, if you're that concerned, I would suggest that maybe you should avoid it. Because we all do know that conventions breed germs. Mike joked earlier, and he's like, "Oh, who's COVID patient number one?" Um, but that's what these events tend to do.
But I feel like too sometimes the mask is not always about the mask. It's not always about like the contagion or
right.
whatever.
What do you think?
Like that. I felt like there was maybe somebody who was there and wore a mask in the beginning, and then as he warmed to the people around the table, the mask came off, and
so it was
like the person
good.
felt safer.
Well, good. So that's another thing too.
Because like it was also a younger person,
right.
So do you know what I mean? Like as their social development was happening, like maybe in high school too,
Mhm.
like when all this
That's
was
why I married
happening,
this woman. But
that you get to learn, you learn to wear the mask, and the mask that provides some sort of safety or security.
Security, concealment. It's a barrier.
Mhm.
It allows you to be a little bit more distant from people, and you're right. And
Yeah, so
that individual, when I looked up, it was a game I was running,
Mhm.
and I stand when I run games, which I gotta get back into practice at. I stood a lot as a cop, but
Mhm.
I don't stand a lot now. So I felt it at the end after standing for like 3.5 hours.
Aw.
But I had a good wall behind me. But I stand so I can make better eye contact and project better at the table, especially in a noisy environment. And when I looked up at this person, I had to look up again because the mask was no longer there, and I had to make sure I was talking to the same individual I had been talking with 5 minutes prior,
Yeah.
which is fine. But now they weren't wearing a surgical mask; they were wearing a cloth mask,
Yeah.
and was again, as we have learned after COVID, those are generally ineffectual. But in this case, it was effective for what the person needed, which was a security device. And let's be honest too. Gaming with strangers is for
Yeah.
some people one of the
Because
hardest
like once the
things to
person was
do.
out of their shell, I never saw the mask on again.
You're right. So when you think about it, right, we game as a social event, and we game usually with our friends, our family, we're people we have connections with. And at gaming conventions, you are gaming with often strangers or people you only see at gaming conventions. A lot of people I recognize, a lot more people recognize me because of this channel. So any of them out there, thank you so much. But um, if you are going to expose yourself at a gaming convention, there are a number of steps. I'm not saying that we did all of these, but there are a number of common sense steps that you can do to move the odds in your favor, give yourself a more beneficial target number for your saving throw, give you some bonuses. Um, I think the basic one is vitamin C, but I'm not going to suggest that you megadose. What?
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that
And vitamin C is not for everybody
right,
because of different conditions that they might
right.
have.
I can't megadose on vitamin C because of this. If I take more than 500 milligrams in a day, it can give misleading blood sugar numbers.
And I don't do it because I have an immune system already that is attacking my thyroid. So
You don't want to. You don't
we
want
don't
to.
need to like make the attack even stronger. So
Right.
yeah, I leave that alone. But if people can do that, that's great. Do it.
I
For
found
me, I do
right.
make sure that I do like a lot of like very deep
Your
breathing,
breathing
and also
exercises.
like humming or chanting or whatever, singing. Like to stimulate the pituitary, and stimulate the glands that produce chemicals that can fight infection
Right.
in the brain. I remember telling you guys about this a few months ago. Well, maybe, yeah, probably towards the beginning of the summer. I don't need to do that again, but you know, uh, there's that I
Right.
do, and that I feel really helps me.
My suggestion, and this is because I found this in my bag. I was like, oh my god, I got these Sunkist vitamin C drops. Each drop had 50% of your vitamin C. Well, you know what? If you took one in the morning, took one in the afternoon, took one before bed, you got 150%. I can't megadose, but that certainly puts me in making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. Um, I think that's good. Another important thing that I know has been overlooked by certain people, I've heard them talk about it, is if you are on maintenance meds, if you are on meds that you take on a daily basis, make sure you pack them. You might think it's
Right, and
basic.
make sure that you take your medicines around the same time that you would take them at home. Make
Right.
sure you have access to them. Also, um, hand washing.
I was about to say.
Hand washing. Um, when you like, I'll feel like, oh, I've touched too many things, you know, um, or if there's certain textures that I felt that don't feel nice.
It's like,
I
ooh.
wash my hands a lot, so
Well, it's something that North Texas is very good at and has always been since the first year I went. And I always thought that, oh, they're putting this little bottle of hand sanitizer in your North Texas tote bag so you can clean off the dry erase maps on your gaming table, which is what I always used it for. But reality is, the intention was from Doug is
to
that
keep your hands
keep your
clean.
hands clean, common
Fancy
sense.
that.
I mean,
I love multiple use products.
yeah. I mean, I was the NYPD has been doing that for well over 20 years now. I remember I was still on patrol.
Did they, when you started to have to carry the
Hand
hand
sanitizer
sanitizer on your belt?
in the branded NYPD hand sanitizer, and
Oh.
and then there was like this big like 5-gallon jug, usually in the basement, that you were supposed to refill it from.
Oh.
I'm sure that got emptied like at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah,
When everybody's like, I
yeah,
gotta
I'm
take this shit
sure.
home.
Yeah.
Just saying. But these are common sense things. The hand washing is a huge one. And I'm here's the
And trying to be aware of touching your face.
right.
Yeah, how they would say, "Oh, ladies never touch their face in public," but just being very careful about um, just touching your face randomly. Maybe increasing awareness about that and try to reduce it
Now,
because we all do it.
I'm a very touchy feely guy. When I see friends I haven't seen in a while, I'm always in for the hug. All right, sorry. I know some people are like, ugh! But and most of my friends are are big on
Are
the
the
hug.
same. Mm-hmm.
But if you aren't, man, listen, I've got doctors that like think the fist bump is the best thing that ever happened.
Yes.
Now it used to be fist bump was like, well, that really looks stupid. And now fist bump is the alternative handshake. And why is that? Because this part of your hand really interacts with nothing. And you're fist bumping. Well, you know what? That's probably the cleanest parts of your body that if you're going to come in contact with somebody else
Mm.
to do it with.
Yeah.
So I mean, and yes, I used to feel strange fist bumping. Now, it's like, yeah, man. That's I always really felt like, oh man, it's the uncool kids that would do the fist bump because they thought they were trying to be cool, and now it's just second nature. So don't. Yeah, Mike says he's moved to the fist bump and the half hug.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yes.
Mike, you always get a full hug from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry about that. But if you want a fist bump,
Yeah, or if I hug people, I tend to turn my face this way.
oh yeah, I do turn my face now. Like it's like
because people will want the hug, and I'm happy to give the hug. So I'm like, it was like this.
Rach employs the hair to block.
Right, this is the mask.
That'll keep me safe. What else? Keep yourself hydrated, especially if you're going to conventions like North Texas. Hydration is huge, huge.
Something too, like if you have the diabetes, for example, and the alcohol, you have like even just a couple beers.
Yep.
The impact that has on your blood sugar later on, like I guess the less of the worry is like when it goes up, but the
Right.
scary part is when it starts to arc down.
Right. So, and we'll do the case in point. Friday, I was like, hey, you know what? I can't drink late because we got to drive back to the Bread and Breakfast, even though it's like a 2-mile drive. I don't know these roads, and even if I did, I'm not driving under the influence. So I got to finish my beers. If we're going to be here to like 9, 10, finish them by 6. I only had 4. And I was like, hey, I'm having French fries and cheesesteaks and my blood sugar is going to go up, and it certainly did go up. And as the drop of my blood sugar, once it reached its peak, was like a deadfall, and I didn't think much of it until I was just about to sleep, and I hear the damn phone go off. Yeah, it's like, oh shit. And I look, and my blood sugar it goes off at 69. It didn't go off at 69 because it was dropping so fast. It went off at 58 and was still indicating it was dropping. So,
And all forms of alcohol do this, whether it's wine, whether it's
right. But the thing
hard
is,
liquor, whether it's beers.
right, like wine, though, will spike me less in the beginning, but the beer spiked me more in the beginning. And then,
Oh, so the trough was lower than you would have with
I
the
think the
wine, do you
wine,
feel
yeah,
like?
I think the
Oh,
trough was
okay.
lower because it the slingshot effect.
Gotcha.
So thankfully, I was like, oh, I know I have something in this damn freaking bag, and that's when I found the vitamin C's. I went, oh, how I should have been taking this off and on throughout the day. But then I also noticed that I was like, good, I had my nerd gummies or whatever they call them.
Your, what is it called?
Yeah,
Gummy clusters.
gummy clusters. And the reason why I like the gummy clusters is you can usually get them in a zippy bag.
They're
10 or so.
raspberry.
You can count them out. They're not like loose. You get 10 candies. It's usually enough to bring you back where you need to be. And because they got the nerd candy around them, I can leave them in the glove compartment, and they don't come out as one slag of gummy. Been there.
Oh, right, like the gummy bears did. Yeah.
Yeah. When I had
or gummy worms, whatever they were.
yeah, I was literally chewing and tearing off.
Oh, I thought of the name
gummy.
of this. Sixlet.
Sixlets. Sixlets. The happy pills.
Yeah, sixlets.
So, another thing, and this is going to apply, in general, it applies to everybody. Con fare, where if you're eating at a con, generally not the healthiest food selection. You can make less harmful choices. Rachel's grilled chicken Caesar wrap was certainly a less harmful choice. Mm-hmm. Or you can just say, hey, I'm going to eat like crap for a day or two. But if you're somebody who has dietary conditions, if you are on a keto diet, know that you are going to, or especially like you're on an Atkins diet, know that by doing so, you're throwing your body off. I don't do strict keto. I do low carb, and I also knew I'm going to be bad. But at least our breakfasts were relatively low carb. We had scrambled eggs, we had bacon, and we had an English muffin.
Yeah, I had too much bacon because, like, I really shouldn't have bacon.
Okay, I got news for you, Rach. You can never have too much bacon in reality.
That's not what the research said.
No. But I'm just telling you, the gods of bacon have discussed this, and you can't have too much bacon.
So yeah, 2 pieces.
Well, no.
Each day.
2.5 pieces.
Oh my God, you're right.
Because I fed my wife extra bacon. Because I know how much she loves bacon. And I was like, this is damn good bacon. Thick cut bacon. So, and by the way, if you're going to have a bready treat.
But then it won't be a while, so I'll have bacon again anyway.
Yeah, you know. So I'll have turkey bacon. But if you're going to have bready treat for breakfast or something like that is not innately low carb, avoid bagels, sourdough bread if you can find it. English muffins generally aren't horrible because they are smaller. Mike agrees, by the way. There is no limit to bacon. So I have some uncured thick cut bacon in the freezer.
Oh.
Just saying, I should probably.
We're gonna have to wait for a while.
I'm gonna have to wait a while. Rach, you do know we got to clean out that freezer. Just saying. She's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, so Rach, here's what we could do. We could buy the turkey bacon, and I could cook up the turkey bacon and cook up the regular bacon and give you turkey bacon and give me regular bacon and just keep it and then heat it up every day.
Yeah, okay.
There, see, that way I can have as much bacon as I want. God damn it, I want more bacon. But it's and here's another important one, and one that I can guarantee you we all fail to do. And what do you think that is, Rach? We fail to get enough of, I should say.
Our fruits and veg.
Yes, but that's not that,
Oh,
not our fruits and veg. Sleep.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're
Because you're
fighting,
in a strange place, you know.
mm-hmm.
I'm somebody who takes time to get used to it. So, like the first night, I'll not sleep very well because I'm still getting used to like the sounds of the house.
And the roosters.
Yeah.
We had roosters, by the way. I think the eggs were fresh eggs,
Yeah.
most likely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, 3 a.m. that rooster would be crowing.
yeah. So here's the thing.
Or cockadoodle doing.
Many of us,
Kiki.
when we're at conventions, Rach and I like to stay up to about midnight socializing at the bar, which is why I don't do any morning games because I need to get my sleep. I need, and honestly, if I don't get enough sleep when I'm home, Rach knows I'll take an hour or two nap in the afternoon. If I don't get enough sleep at a convention, I'm just going to be running on a deficit. When you run on a sleep deficit, you're more apt to get sick.
Yes, that's true. Your immunity gets
your
lower.
immunity goes down. So these are just some. I know a lot of people going, "Well, that's just common sense." It is common sense, but if you don't think about it and you don't talk about it, common sense gets pushed through. You're shaking. You're shaking the screen, Rachel. Sorry. I was like, we have an earthquake. No, we have. We have a rage quake.
Yeah, I'm next to the table.
Well, actually, you were shaking this, which is up against the table. So it was, but and then it's whatever, folks. You know, but So listen, I'm going to throw a suggestion out for everybody that's watching either live or watches or later on. In the comments, not the chat, in the comments at this live stream ends, if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, drop it in the comments. Or if you know me personally, hit me with a PM here or Discord or YouTube or Facebook.
Or leave a message on the phone number.
Oh, the phone. I don't have the phone number up here, but 347 509 5168.
Yep.
Holy crap, I remembered it. Only took me 2 years to remember Rachel's number. But if you call that number, you can leave a voicemail. I listened to all the voicemails. I'm due to do another voicemail episode, responding to some of the voicemails we've had. Probably get that done either tomorrow or Tuesday, but it's all a work in progress. Like I said, we're trying to learn a new interface, so one step at a time, folks. One step at a time. I guess on that note, it's about the witching hour, so we are going to bid thee adieu. If you haven't gone to ShireCon yet, next September will be ShireCon number 7, I guess. I think this was 6, and they missed the year of COVID. So I think it started when I retired. So ShireCon, I want to get the numbers from Tom, but I believe he was expecting about 150 attendees, maybe more. So there were a number of walk-ups. Just a really great small con to go to. So it's like a
good time was had by all.
It's like the East Coast, North Texas, with without the hotel bar, but with the bar. Not a hotel.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Don's going to be there next year.
Yay!
Awesome. All
Very
right,
cool.
folks. On that note, like, subscribe. You know the deal. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll the dice, roll them well. This next weekend. I don't want to say next week because it's already next week. The end of this week, we'll be back to Saturday night.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us, taking time to spend with
Yeah, you
us.
could be watching football.
Yeah, and
I understand.
stay well.
God bless.